Hey Planner babes, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, and welcome if you're coming back. Love and appreciate you guys so much. So much. I really, truly mean it. Awesome. And so I'm going to do a video today about this planner that I put together with some with some forms and stuff or whatever that I actually received from my family physician, and some stuff that I found, a bundle that I found on Etsy that's really good and kind of like relays a lot of my ADHD struggles and thoughts, or just anything pertaining to that, into this one bundle, and it just lays it out in layman's terms pretty much. And you can I'll get to it when we get to it. But so we'll just start off with like what the planner is. This is a cloth and paper cover. It's one of their older ones from a few years ago, and it's in the A5 size. It's in the black pebbled leather with gold hardware. And then just as we open her up, I have some deco. I won't go too much into the deco this video, otherwise it'll be super long. But if you have any questions at all, I'm just bending the strap back a little bit so it doesn't fly in front of the inserts when I keep trying to turn the pages or get caught there. And it doesn't seem to wreck it at all. It just seems to like kind of make it lay a little bit flat. It's kind of like training the leather, I guess you could say. So I just have some stickers and deco cards in the front here. And then I have this clear pocket holder that I got from AliExpress in like a pack of 10 for really inexpensive, with some cloth and paper page flags. And then I just have an inbox that I printed on vellum. This is a cloth and paper dashboard. And this is a freebie table of contents that you can write in your own words in Adobe yourself. And it's from Analog Alicia. Love her so much. She's got great stuff. And then these are cloth and paper dividers. My first section is inbox. Are we surprised? If you've seen my videos before, no surprise there at all. I usually have an inbox as my first section because it's just a space where you can just, if you have a thought quickly, you know where to turn to, and there's a spot for you to write it down really fast before you forget it. That's my biggest issue. So I have this inbox insert from Paper Test Designs. It's just kind of like a list one that I've just been writing out. I haven't been utilizing these columns. I've just been writing it out like as a list format. And then I have these that I made inspired by Elmon Paper Co.'s inbox that are just boxes. And then I just have this one from Latoon Notes, which is just more boxes where you can have lots of room to plug in your entire thought or idea in there. And then I just have some deco in here, just to break up the sections. So we go on to the second section, which is the worksheets or work booklet sheets or whatnot that my doctor actually sent me. And I will, if you're interested, I will leave a link to these. I edited them on Canva to fit an A5 size. So if you want, I will leave them in my freebies folder. Just let me know. And I made this page divider from the Dollar Tree cutting mats, by the way. I bought like 10 packs of them. They come in a pack of 2, and they're fairly large size, and they're super easy to cut with scissors or a paper trimmer. And my hole puncher punches through no problem. And I just slit it with a pair of scissors to be able to pull it in and out of the rings without opening and closing the rings. So, and then I just made it the A5 size, but just like about a quarter of an inch taller, and I rounded the corners. And I haven't labeled it or anything, just because I wanted to be able to use it wherever I want my planner. But yeah, so I have it over here because I've been working on these. And so what these are basically, so you have here like 5 different types of functions that a person has, and sometimes people with ADHD struggle with. And then they're broken down into little boxes here where it says, so the first topic is activation and organization, and then it gives you the definition, and then it goes into the example of some challenges you may be facing, and then it gives you some strategies that may help you. So I went through and I read through all the sheets, and I highlighted the stuff that stood out to me so I could make notes on it afterwards a little bit quicker. So there's 8 sheets. And then behind each sheet, though, I put a therapy notes. This is a freebie from My Minimal Planner. It's great, and I love the spacing of the lines too. I'm a lines insert person. I prefer it over grid and dot grid. And then so I put one of these sheets behind each one so I can make notes on it after I've gone through and highlighted everything. So, and then I put sticky notes in the back of each blank. I always put sticky notes on the back of blank inserts because I like the backs to have something on them. But anyways, so, and then I can utilize these too as I need be if you want to make extra notes. So, and then it goes on to, and then I color categorized it as well. So the activation, I made one highlighter color, focus, I made one highlighter color, effort category, and emotion and action, I made different categories. So it's even a little bit easier to kind of take your own notes with. I hope that all made sense. And then so like this one here, this one really stood out to me. So when I'm flipping through the pages, instead of having to read the definition of each category, because I can't quite remember them all, I'll just put here like the main topic of each page. So this one is like focused on procrastination problems. So you have your challenges you could face, strategies they give you, definition, and then like, yeah, like I said, procrastination problems. And then what I did is I wrote down the definition in my own words, and then I wrote down the struggles in my own words and then the strategies in my own words that I feel like pertain to me and that would help me the most. So that's just kind of how I personally took notes. You can do whatever you want with these worksheets. Like I said, my doctor emailed them to me. And then this page here is like basically about getting shit done and the ability to be able to get stuff done. And then so I did some notes on that. And then this, for example, this sheet here is for about emotions blocking getting stuff done and how you can work through those. Again, they're all like kind of related to having ADHD, but you could, even if you didn't have ADHD, they have some good stuff in them. So yeah, so like I said, there's 8 pages of those. So I will, if you want them, let me know in the comments and I will link them in my freebies folder in the A5 size. And then, yeah, so that's the end of this section 2, which is like the workbook section. And then I just have some more deco. And then for the third section here, we have notes, which is just basically blank inserts so that are ready to use when I need them. So I have a whole bunch more therapy notes that I can use, and I can use them for absolutely anything that I want to write on. And I have some brain dump inserts from Perfective Paper and another brain dump insert. This one's from Noted Company. And it's like in the Cornell note style. And then I have some list inserts here. Oh, by the way, these section covers are from the Neutral Planner, and I really love them. And they come in a bundle of a whole bunch of different options. And then they also come with the option to print a design on the back, which I didn't do. I actually kind of forgot to do that. So I just put the sticky notes on there. But yeah, no, I really like these from the Neutral Planner. And then, but then I have some list inserts too if I need to, if I want to make my own action lists or to-do lists, or I have an idea and I'm feeling inspired and I don't want to forget it again, I'll just can write it here. And then we have some more deco here. This card here, get it off your chest, get it off my desk. It's a Taylor Swift quote, and it's a freebie from Maine Mama Plans. I'll link her below. She just opened up her own website, which is amazing. She's got beautiful inserts and beautiful freebies too, so join her Facebook group. And she's just the sweetest person as well, like such a great person to support. And yeah, with really good stuff. So we have that, and then we just have some deco. Because like, of course, like if you're working on like some stuff like this, it always helps to have something pretty to look at too in between, right? And then my next section is just this tiny one, and I labeled it health because these are questionnaires that my doctor gets me to fill out every time I have an appointment with him, and I see or speak to him once a month. And it's just questions about mental health. And I have depression and anxiety, and then I have ADHD. And yeah, I think that's it for my mental health conditions. And so I fill these out, and then I score or tally them, and then he can score me on like, if I have a certain score from like 15 to 21, it'd be severe anxiety. If I have 0 to 4, it's normal depression and stuff like that. So that's kind of how he kind of keeps track of like how my meds are working and whatnot. So I printed some of those out so I can fill them out on paper instead of filling them out digitally, because of course we love our paper. This is the old version that he used to get me to fill out, but this is the new updated one that he sent me a couple weeks ago. So I just have this one in here because I already had it printed, so for reference sake too if we need it. And then deco, and then we go into the reference section, which has these doctors' information, like contacts list pretty much from Paper Test Designs and Hey Planner Girl. Their huge bundle, their home maintenance bundle, which is absolutely incredible. I have it in a couple sizes actually. And I just tabbed these or clipped these ones off. So I kept my doctor's information private just for, you know, confidential reasons or whatever. I don't think anyone's going to really stalk me down or anything using that. But, you know, just in case, it is the internet. Anyways, so you have a spot for your doctor's name, the specialty, which is great, their phone number, address, and notes and stuff like that. And then, I don't care if you see what meds I'm on. This is a medication list from Haru Plans. Hold it up a little bit more. Haru Plans on Etsy. And it's got a spot for your medication. It's my favorite one that I found. The purpose you're on the medication, the dosage, frequency, and notes. So for the notes, I'll put like maybe the generic name of it or what doctor prescribed it or anything that you would have extra to write about that medication. And then in my last thing for the reference section, I have these pen swatches, and they're all of my highlighters that I have a possibility to use. And this one's kind of like, so this one is a freebie from Not a Notes. This is from an old one from Paper Plans Co. I don't think she's selling anymore. And then this one here is just one that I'm going to use like if I get a new highlighter and I want to quickly swatch down, or just kind of like my messy swatches. And it's a freebie from Studio L2E, which is awesome. So yeah, I have that because I've been doing a lot of highlighting and stuff in this planner. And then some more deco, balance, for sure we need balance. And then I have this, I titled it with the meetings one because it's the closest one I could find. And it's for doctor's visits inserts. So this one, I will link it down below. I can't remember where I got this one from. It looks like Simple and Trendy Co., but I don't think it is from there. It is from a shop off Etsy. I'll link it below, but I really like it because it has lots of, one page is one visit. So I mean, it is quite a lot, but I do have some different options in here for like smaller doctor's appointments. But here you have a spot for like date, time, doctor, contact info, location, hospital, if you need it. Reason for visit, questions, symptoms, doctor's comments, notes. You can put your information there at the time of the appointment, like your stats, your health stats, and then if a prescription has been prescribed, and then the instructions for it, and then a spot for your next appointment, which is cool. These ones are freebie from Studio L2E and has 3 appointments on one page for the A5 size. And you have basically the same thing, but just more condensed over here. And then we have another one. This is from the Paper Test Designs and Hey Planner Girl bundle again. And it's also 3 visits on one page. And it says this one's a little bit less detailed. So if you want a little bit more flexibility, this one's good for you. It has doctor, date, reason, time, notes and medication, and then a follow-up date. So I just have a bunch ready. They're all some of my favorites. And then I have these meeting notes from Infinite Lotus behind them all, just in case like one doctor's appointment, I need even more space to write notes down. So I could use those for that. And then I just have some more journaling cards, deco. And then we go on to the ADHD bundle that I was talking about, that I found from Etsy at the beginning of the video. So this whole planner is revolving around kind of my mental health and like ADHD and stuff. My doctor, my family physician wanted me to do those, like study those challenges and strategies from the worksheets. And then also, and he's even said the words out of his own mouth was to maybe make like a planner or a notebook or something studying them. And I was like, okay, on it. On it like yesterday. So yeah, so of course I had to go a little extra. But then I thought I'd add in this ADHD workbook bundle. I made these section covers and this table of contents on Canva and this ADHD cover page. So the first one here is, of course, I just made it a breakdown, but because I already have one at the front, I just put one insert in here. But I wanted to keep the sections in order because I numbered them. So this is 1. And then number 2 is like the introduction to the welcome of the bundle. And so, yeah, it basically tells you like a blurb about what ADHD is, how it can feel, and like the burnout cycle of it. And I really recommend this bundle if you're trying to, especially if you're trying to get somebody close to you to understand what you're dealing with ADHD, but they can't quite comprehend it, or they've heard stereotypes before and they can't separate you from them, even though they don't think of you that way. But you know what I mean? Also, if you want to understand it more yourself too. I just really like it. And And I've definitely dealt with a huge burnout, lasting a few years. And I just thought that it was awesome that they were able to connect the two, ADHD and a burnout. You can get burnout from so many different things, but like this one is very particular to myself personally because I have ADHD and the burnout. But anyways, so more deco. And then number 3 is hyperfixation, zoning in. So this one talks about hyperfixating, the advantages it can have, because it can have advantages, and then also the severe difficulties that it can do, and then some tips on how to get through it. And then it also gives you some little worksheets that you can do too. Like, can you remember some of these past times you have become hyperfixated in the past? Honestly, last night with my planners. What were some of the signs that you started to hyperfixate? And then make a contingency plan to have in case you get hyperfixated and you don't have time to be, or if it's hyperfixating on the wrong thing. Stuff like that. So then my next section is 4, routine and procrastination, procrastination is huge for me. Especially I love to procrastinate harder. So I brain dump my task list. I love doing that. I feel like satisfied the moment I do that, even though I haven't done anything actually. Physically I did write the list, but you know what I mean. But then I always go to the easiest task first, even though some of the harder tasks might be a lot more important and time sensitive to get done. But to get that instant gratification, I just go to those easier tasks. And then I procrastinate the other ones because I become too fatigued from doing the easier ones, or just et cetera, et cetera. And I actually learned that about myself from these worksheets up there just recently. So, but yeah, so routine and procrastination, and then some more information about it, and like tips and stuff like that, and things to try. And then self-medicating section, which is number 5. And then so you can self-medicate with like coffee, energy drinks, cigarettes, alcohol, medication, street drugs. Like, it's just, especially if you're undiagnosed and you should be on medication, but you're not because you're undiagnosed and whatnot, it's definitely very common for people to turn to their own ways to self-medicate to get through the struggle of having the ADHD and stuff. So I thought that was really awesome that they included that. And then they included like a little worksheet for you in there too to fill out. And then 6 is guilt and neglect, which most people feel at some point in their life, but with ADHD, like, it's very regularly, I know for me, felt at least, guilt that I've closed myself off from a lot of people from having so much anxiety with the ADHD, not completing certain things, or the house being messy for your partner to have to live with, and like, you know what I mean? So it gives you a bunch of stuff on that. And then section 7 is the Eisenhower Matrix worksheet. So it gets you to do some prompts there. And then so you have paralysis and quitting. So paralysis is like, let me just read it because I'm going to explain it horribly. I'll read a little bit. There's too much to do and you don't know where to start. So you become like paralyzed. It's so overwhelming that you're frozen and you're in ADHD paralysis. Your mind is still buzzing. Physically, you feel unable to do anything though. And you still can't relax and you feel exhausted despite doing seemingly nothing. And you don't know where to start. So you felt like all these emotions, physically and mentally, before you even started the task or what you're trying to get done. And it just totally knocks you on your ass. So that's cool that it recognizes that. And then you quit because you get so frustrated, or for a multitude of reasons. And then section 9 is playing to your interests. So making ADHD work in your favor, ways to get that done. And then it has a worksheet for you to fill out your ADHD burnout cycle, which I was going to fill out after I filmed this video. I've gone through this bundle multiple times, but every time I go through it, I pick up new things. So this will be like my 4th time going through it. And then I just made another notes and extras bundles. And notes and extras the list. So I just have some term notes back here, and then a page lifter. So yeah, and then I have my pen and the pen loop. And right now I'm using the Uniball 0.38 Uniball 1. Whoa, that is not focused at all. And that's hairy. The Uniball 1, 0.38. Oh, there we go. Yeah, and I love it so much in black ink. So I hope that wasn't too confusing to understand, or I hope it made some sense, or you got something out of the video, or you found some things that could maybe be helpful for you if you're having some of the same struggles. And let me know in the comments, or in other people too, if you don't mind to chat with the struggles that you're having or the challenges. And if you want me to send you any of these like workbook or sheets, or like I said, post them on my freebies, just let me know and I'll do that right away for you and other people too. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and happy planning and happy surviving with all of these crazy things that happen to us, right? Or within us. Bye now.